Dadnarok reacts to the Sandman. This is Sean.
And this is Chris.
And today we will be taking a look at the newly released trailer for The Sandman coming to Netflix this August.
We got to say it right, though. Neil Gaiman's The Sandman. If we want anyone that has any cachet to the show,
Yeah.
they got to know that we know it's his adaptation for Netflix.
I know very little about this property other than Neil Gaiman is I don't think he's the original creator, but he revamped the character at some point, maybe the 80s or so, right?
Yeah, something down those lines.
And you actually, I don't know much beyond that, but you have actually taken a dive into the source material for this.
Yeah, and it's pretty much Amazon. Amazon did it to me. When they went ahead and put that audiobook out, that they went ahead and just basically took the graphic novel and just put it into audio form and actually have voice actors on it. It had me interested. Basically, the commercial had me interested. It's like, you know what? It's free. It's through my, Audible account. I'm just going to download. I'm going to see what I think. And dude, after the first 15 minutes, I hooked, line, and sinker. They got me.
Yeah.
And I couldn't wait for the second one to come out. So when I heard that they were actually doing a series, I was like, I'm game. I can't wait.
I know it's almost like Netflix was like, "Oh yeah, Amazon, I see what you're doing. How about we just put a live action version of your audio podcast? What if we actually do it better than kind of one-upmanship with it? We are in the streaming wars, right?
Yeah,
the ongoing decades-long streaming.
That
wars.
is funny how this was on the audiobook was a Audible only product, and I wonder how Netflix got the rights to go ahead and do the video version of it.
I don't know, because I mean, kind of undercuts that series pretty heavily, because I remember Amazon putting a lot of oomph and press out there because I'd heard about it and press releases.
You've seen TV commercials.
It
wasn't just on social media. It was TV commercials. It was radio commercials. They had this pushed out where they were actually feeding this hard, and it paid off. I heard it was a smash hit. It's as much as they went ahead and did the second one.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer for the Netflix live action version of The Sandman.
I am the king of dreams, ruler of the nightmare realm.
What are you doing here, Etty?
He's coming, isn't he? Morpheus, the Aneromancer. You know, the Sandman.
It's a fairy story, Etty.
He's no fairy story. He's back.
Good to know.
What's he got in his hands? Open your hands now!
Forgive me, sire of the palace, the realm. They are not as you left them. With you gone, the realm began to decay and crumble.
The dreams and nightmares no longer seem to recognize the monster. Will remind them. He's free.
Oh, Constantine.
He's out of his cage.
That's cool. That's a cut only someone like me would know. That little crow there, the raven.
Yeah.
That's a character called Mathew. That's kind of his eyes. Like he'll fly and he'll report back to him, and he'll land next to him. He'll talk to him. He's kind of like a friend of his.
So I'm just going to give you my firsthand impressions of somebody who doesn't know the property. I thought the visuals were pretty in line from, the art. You can see some of the artwork behind me, Neil Gaiman's artwork, or that visual style from those graphic novels. I thought they adapted that pretty well. It looks very gothic. The actor was giving me a little bit of Twilight Edward Cullen vibes. So that's probably unfortunate. To see a skinny, pale kid with big bushy hair. But other than that, I thought you're gonna know more about the visuals, but visually and the quick cuts, it was pretty. It looked pretty cool.
It was fitting. I mean, when he comes in, he's in that ball. I'm like in the back of my head, I'm thinking, "Oh, you fucked up."
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, I don't want to give too much of the storyline away because
right,
the first season is going to be basically when he gets captured. There's a thing there's something that takes place. He gets captured, and then the dream world starts falling apart because he's captured for a length of time.
Okay.
And when he is released, he has to go ahead and regain his items. So his helm, his pouch of sand, and his ruby. And that's kind of the story of the first part. And then there's a period of time when he's actually captured. People are either sleeping and won't wake up, or won't sleep. Period. So you have this thing here because he's actually controlling dreams.
Yeah.
So since he is dream, and his realm's falling apart, that's part of the storyline within this first. It's like Prelude and Nocturnes or something like that. I can't remember the exact word of the first book there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's awesome. I didn't get to see a character. I'm not familiar with the two characters that were shown. There's two females that were talking, the old lady and the other person. I'm not sure who they were. I'm not sure if there are. There's a character called Ruby, and there's a Miss Kincaid or something like that. It's a part of another part of the series called the Dollhouse. Now it has been confirmed that the Dollhouse storyline is going to be a part of this season. So it's possible that's what they were showing us there.
Right.
So, I mean, and they even give us Constantine, which is like the Constantine storyline follows truly, really what Ruby and Kincaid's storyline is.
Oh, so the comic book character Constantine, the one that like Keanu Reeves played in that movie, 12, 15 years ago. The blonde guy, cigarettes, chases demons and stuff.
Oh no, this dude's got like razor blades in his eyes and things.
Okay.
It's
So
a whole different type of Constantine. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But
See, that's what I know. Like, I know a bare minimum about this story, about this project. It was the same way with The Boys, and I remember jumping in headfirst into The Boys when that premiered on Amazon. And of course, now we're all about it. We're into season 3 starting up. We're going to be talking about that soon here on the channel. But yeah, I am definitely looking forward to this. I mean, I probably would have checked this out even if you weren't a fan, like if you hadn't known about the series. But because it's got your seal of approval, I'm looking even more forward to it,
dude. And there's some things that like I'm looking more forward to. Like, for instance, I want to see Death. Death is his sister. And we've seen a picture of who was cast for it when they went ahead and put out some of their promos.
Yeah.
On Twitter. So I know Death is in it. There's no way Death can't be a part of it because that was a big reason I got to stop. Cain and Abel are brothers. We know Cain and Abel from the Bible, but they're within dreams like his realm.
Yeah.
He goes down to hell to get one of his things back, and he meets up with Lucifer. There's a whole thing that happens down in hell. So there's a lot of storylines, and the one thing that I took from a lot of the promotional like things I've been reporting is you're gonna watch one episode, and you're like, oh, okay, I kind of know what's going on, and then the next episode you're gonna be like, hold on, what's going on now? So I don't know if that's good for the average viewer, like say you going into it, or not, because I know the storyline enough that I'll be able to, even if I'm a little puzzled for a second, I can connect the dots enough to know where we're going.
Yeah.
Because The Witcher kind of did that themselves, and they had 3 different storylines running at crazy times, and it didn't really bug people too much.
Right.
These stories are so sometimes out there because even the timelines don't line up. Like you can be in modern day, then you can be in Victorian times.
Okay.
So even the novel kind of goes all over the place.
Well, that's maybe one of the positives about this, this bingeable format that Netflix has, invented pretty much. And they're struggling here and there with finding what's appropriate because other streaming services like Disney Plus, they're having a lot of success with weekly releases.
Yeah.
And, I think Netflix, even with Stranger Things, which is like one of their flagship titles, they released it basically in 2 parts to where we got the first part and then we're not getting the second part of the season until July. So they're experimenting with how they're releasing their shows. But I was going to say, like, maybe the bingeable format actually helps if you're going to have episodes that, are, vary that much and might confuse viewers. I mean, the easiest thing to do to, not be confused anymore is to keep watching, right?
Yeah.
But if you have an entire week between episodes, that might hinder the experience.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. What I've seen is there's the way they stated this is there's 10 episodes and one bonus one. So why don't you just say 11 episodes?
Just 11 episodes.
Yeah, I'm curious of the length of knowing it's going to be on Netflix. I'm assuming, and I don't think it's a far-fetched assumption. It's going to be close to an hour. Because that's what most of their shows are when they're specifically for Netflix.
Right.
But if you can't tell,
you're
I'm
jazzed. Yeah.
I'm ready to go. And dude, we're getting so much content that time of the year between House of the Dragon, Lord of the Rings, Power of the Ring,
Yeah.
the Sandman. It's all coming out between beginning of August and beginning of September, essentially.
Even Star Wars content, Andor, Bad Batch, all into late summer and the fall time frame. So yeah, there's a lot coming our way. It's crazy.
Yeah, we're not in the heights of the pandemic anymore where we're struggling to watch something. Now they're just hitting us over the head left and right. And now we have to pick, which one or we want to watch because time is precious.
Yeah, absolutely. But this one we'll definitely be checking out. The Sandman coming to Netflix this August, early August too. It's going to premiere August 5th. Be sure to watch our channel, Dadnarok, for any further developments here. If they release another trailer, we'll hop on that, and we'll keep an eye out here for the Sandman. We'll keep one eye open and see if the Sandman enters between now and then. But yeah, check out our channel if you haven't already. Be sure to like and subscribe to our page. And yeah, I guess until then, we'll see you guys next time.
I'll say one thing for you guys: if you see his sister Death, you better run.
See ya.